A local podcast shares the city's origin stories, hidden gems, and untold details about the people and institutions that make Chicago, Chicago. It's called DIBS, and it's presented by the popular Instagram account Chicago History.
The podcast hosts Mallory Waxman and Nicholas Sarantos join us now. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How you doing?
So tell us what kind of stuff people will get on the podcast. Is it two people talking about Chicago, or are you telling stories about Chicagoans they might not know?
Well, really what we try to get into is what makes this city so great.
Yeah.
So we speak to all the different business owners, individuals who have shined in the city, who have really made it stand out and made it so much fun, and the place that we all love.
We also make sure we talk to different institutions that are iconic in Chicago and really wanting to focus on the history of it and what it means for the city as well.
That's great.
Let's take a look at the first one, the godfather of sneakers.
Yes, that was a big one. His name is Stephen Smith. He created all the iconic New Balance shoes. He was the head designer for Yeezy. He now is at Croc. And what is so amazing about him is he really gets inspired from the city of Chicago. He loves the food scene, the jazz culture, and so he's here quite a bit. And what's so fun in the interview, he talks about going to the iconic sneaker stores in Chicago. People are picking up his shoes, and they have no idea that the guy next to him was the one that designed them.
That's great. Talk about the voice of the Chicago Bulls.
Well, we got to talk to Adam Amin. And the thing with Adam is he grew up here, just like Mallory and I did.
Yeah.
So he experienced what it was like to be a kid when the Bulls were winning the championships. It's hard to explain to people who didn't grow up here what that was like. But now here he is. It's a week later after Josh Giddey has made the half-court game-winning shot. We got to go through that moment with him, and what does it feel like to try to share the moments that he grew up with and make that for a new generation of fans.
Oh, it's awesome.
All right, the founder of Cameo.
Yeah, so Stephen Galanis is the founder of Cameo, and we talked to him because when you think of Chicago, you don't really necessarily think of like a tech incubator. You think of LA or Silicon Valley or New York. So we really asked him, one, how did he come up with the idea of Cameo? And it was really him and his cousin stuck in traffic going to O'Hare. And from that car ride, they came up with this multi-million-dollar idea. But we really talked about what it meant to have a company like that still in Chicago and working with 1871, which is that tech incubator downtown where a lot of startups come from.
Fabulous. And Anthony Rapp is an actor I didn't realize was from Chicago, from Rent, famously in the first cast of Rent.
Yes.
Yeah, he has a show coming up at City Winery, which is why we originally reached out to him. And finding out, actually, he just moved back to Andersonville with his family. He grew up in Joliet. He lived all over the city. He's managed to come back now. He's going to be performing and sharing all these different songs and stories from his life. But we got to talk to him about his early career. He started working when he was 6 years old. And by the time he was 9, he was professional. We got him to tell a great story about working with Yul Brynner when he was a child. We deep dove his work on Dazed and Confused, a little bit of A Beautiful Mind.
Oh, I forgot he was in Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
And he's also been in Star Trek recently.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun talking to Anthony about his career and how Chicago has helped shape his art. And then we also got to talk to him about his activism, because working with Rent, there's such a socially conscious play. And he was already part of it, part of activism for everybody. Then, once the play had come out, he decided to stick with it, and that was a really good thing to learn about.
Great.
Yeah. And behind the scenes at the Shed.
I love the Shed. It's my happy place in the city. So when we got to talk to the curator, we were able to talk to him so much about the history of the Shed Aquarium. I've done every tour, I've done all the animal encounters, and I think the big thing with the Shed Aquarium, it got really popular during the pandemic with Wellington and the penguin, and he was, where's Wellington? And so we talked to him about that marketing strategy. But the Shed's really going through a huge renovation over the next few years. So we talk about both how it started with Marshall Field's son-in-law to what they're doing now with conservation work and continuously trying to educate the public.
Oh, it's great. And the DIBS podcast is presented by Chicago History. You can find Mallory and Nick on social media. Thank you guys so
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Nice
Thank
to
you.
see you.